Hi, this is Mariah Gullo from The Hollywood Reporter, and we're in studio with Gary Sinise. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming.
Merry Christmas, Gary.
Well, to you too.
Here we go. It's the holiday season.
It's the end of the year, which went by very, very quickly.
Yes, and we are in your office at the Gary Sinise Foundation.
Yep.
And we're here to talk about the Snowball Express, this amazing experience that you had this year. Now, how did the Gary Sinise Foundation partner up with the Snowball Express?
Let me track a little bit of the history of Snowball. Snowball was started in 2006 as by a few people that wanted to focus on healing and to help the children of our fallen heroes. So they put an event together down at Disneyland, and with the help of American Airlines, they brought several hundred children actually to Disneyland and gave them an event. And then after that event, they wanted to do another one the following year in 2007. They came to me actually in, it was maybe spring of 2007, just not too long after the event in 2006, and showed me a video of what the event was, and I was very, very actively involved with supporting military families and veterans, and didn't have my own foundation yet, but this was something that I felt very passionate about, so I signed up to support the next event, which was December of 2007. And American Airlines signed up again to provide travel support for the children, and we brought all these children down to Anaheim, to Disneyland again, did another event there. I donated my band and went to play for the kids, and that was my first event, and I was hooked after that. Just seeing the children, the healing power of what the event was doing for the kids who were all coming together at the same time, all going through the same thing. They're all dealing with the grief and the loss of a loved one, a mom or a dad who have died in military service, and all these kids are going through the same thing. So the power of all of them in the same place at the same time, many of them, hundreds of them, was very healing for a lot of them. And we played a concert, and I just kept going. At this point, I had a foundation that had been around for six years or so, Gary Sinise Foundation. We were fairly strong. And we decided to fold Snowball Express into the Gary Sinise Foundation as its own program. So we dissolved the 501c3 of Snowball Express. Now it's the Gary Sinise Foundation Snowball Express program. And this year we took over 1,000 children, 1,722 Gold Star family members in all, to with the help of American Airlines, providing all the travel support to Disney World. And we just finished that event, on the 12th. The kids went home. You cannot underestimate the power of bringing all these kids together in a happy environment, because we're trying to bring joy to them right before the holidays, right before the Christmas holidays, which is a difficult time for a child who's lost a parent.
Yeah.
So bringing all these kids together at the happiest place on earth down there at Disney World were very, very special.
It's not just a trip to Disney World. There's so much more involved in it. Can you tell me a little bit about the specific events?
Yeah, well, as I said, there's a lot of healing that goes on. We have counseling. We have all kinds of communal activities that focus on the healing aspect of a Gold Star family member who's grieving. But we also want to provide hope and happiness and joy and all of that. So, when you go to Disney World, part of what we were used to in Dallas was that all the kids would go here and do something together, and then they would all go here and do something together, then they would do this, and then in the hotel there were all kinds of activities in the hotel for them, community rooms, teen centers for the older kids, all kinds of things like that. Well, at Disney, what do you want to do? You want to be free to run around and go to the parks, right, and enjoy the parks. So we made certain activities that were group activities for the entire group. One of those was one of those, of course, was our opening dinner the night that everybody got there. And we always have a little show and a dinner welcome for everybody. But the following morning, we set up something on Main Street in the Magic Kingdom. And we had the park to ourselves. This was early in the morning, before the parks were open. And we brought all the kids there, and we marched them down Main Street. We had an event by the flag. And you can see some of the video of the kids and the families walking toward the castle on Main Street with cast members, Disney cast members, who came out, who got up in the morning, come out and celebrate the kids, cheering them on as they approach the castle. And then there's a ceremony at the castle with a big fireworks display at the end. This was very, very, and the ceremony at the castle was very healing. The kids were used to, in Dallas, doing something where we would parade them down the street in Fort Worth, and each child would have a balloon, and each child would write a message to the fallen hero. And at a certain point, they would let these balloons go, and over 1,000 balloons would fly up to heaven. And you can't let 1,000 balloons go at Disney World. So the imagination folks at Disney there's nobody better. They came up with a very good way for us to honor the fallen heroes and allow the children to send those messages. And then they lit up the castle and blew fireworks off, and it was our opening ceremony for the rest of the event. And then one of the communal events is the finale, which is when my band played, and I bring my band in. So this is, I don't know, the 12th year I've had the band at Snowball. It's usually, I think it's almost been our final concert of the year for many years, and it's one of the most powerful, beautiful ones that we do because we're just playing for the kids.
What were some of your moments, the highlights that stood out to you, your experience? What did you experience at this event?
Oh gosh, it's always very, it's heartwarming because it's fun it makes you feel good to see the kids laughing and having a fun time. But it's also heartbreaking because you know why they're there. Yeah. They're there because of loss and grief, and because they are a military family who's paid the ultimate price. So it's heartbreaking in certain ways. I mean, you will see children walking around with buttons, with the face of their fallen hero, their father or whoever it was. Sometimes they have T-shirts that they have made with pictures. And I will see those kids. Some of the kids I will see every year. They'll come back and they'll just get a little bit bigger every year, and they'll be standing right in front of me when I'm playing, and they may be wearing that button or that T-shirt, and I'm just there to honor their loved one, their father, their mother, whoever it was that was lost, and to show them that we love them. There's always what we call a flag garden, and so each one of the families will that are attending our event will have a flag in the garden, an American flag with the name of their fallen hero on it. And we will have over 600 flags because there's over 600 families that attend this event each year. We do a lot of different things at the Gary Sinise Foundation, focused on Gold Star families, our wounded World War II veterans, entertainment on military bases and hospitals. We do a lot of different things at the Gary Sinise Foundation. And we do that because prior to the Gary Sinise Foundation, prior to creating this, I was engaged with so many different military charities who do all kinds of different things that I saw a lot of need in all these different areas. And then when I sat down to kind of structure my own military nonprofit, support nonprofit, I remember one of the legal folks said, well, what's going to be your mission? What's your one thing that you do? And I say, well, we're going to do a lot of things because I just know where the needs are. We build houses for our wounded. We do all kinds of things at the Gary Sinise Foundation. We do that because that's where I came from. I came from a lot of different areas.
Like you said, there are a lot of needs. Have you seen any needs come up recently that for veterans? Have you seen anything come up that you want to start focusing on for the next year?
You know, we're always looking at where we can apply our particular resources to making the biggest difference. And unfortunately, as I mentioned, there's a very serious mental health problem within the services. So you will have a lot of people taking their own lives that just find no way out. And that is a very, very serious problem. I don't know that we're the ones that can solve that problem. It's very, very serious. But we want to participate in trying to be part of the solution in the future.
Last question to you, Gary, and I'll let you go to your Christmas party. I really wanted to know, you have a book coming out next year. I was wondering if you could give us a juicy tidbit from your book. Just a little teaser.
The book's called Grateful American. And I'm very grateful for so many different things that have happened in my life. I'm grateful to live in this country and grateful for the opportunities that have been afforded to me because I live here. But the second part of that, the subtitle is called A Journey from Self to Service. And it really is a look back. It's a memoir, and it's a look back and how I got to this place where I'm spending all my time serving others and trying to provide services through my foundation here and kind of use the blessings of what I've been given in this life to kind of serve others and the rewards you get from that, really truly adding purpose to one's life, beyond just putting food on the table and taking care of the family, which are absolutely, imperative and critically important to me as a family man and a father and husband and everything. But then beyond that, to be able to have kind of stumbled along the way and found myself in this place, it's really an interesting, sometimes really hilarious look at how I ended up where I am, and it goes back to key moments in my life that have kind of added up to where we are today. And there's some that are not so pretty and some that are moving, I think, emotional. They sure were for me to write them. And then you meet a lot of different people along the way that have affected me and played a significant role in my life and how it's evolved.
Wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to that. It's coming out in February. Gary Sinise, thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.